Print Studios on West Frontier in Mesa. And with us in the studio for Community Spotlight today, none other than your hometown movie guys, Tina, Craig, and Andy with us in the studio. And everybody's in their places with bright, shining faces.
Good morning, everybody out there in Radio Land. Glad you're with us today.
Yeah.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Yeah, what she said. And Craig says,
Yeah.
Good morning.
It's morning again, that's right. Well, we're all in our places with coffee and other things, so life is good. Now, don't forget that you can follow along with us this morning if you so choose on KRIM's Facebook page. We're on Facebook Live there, and you have a chance to see your hometown movie guys in action as we discuss all kinds of unusual things. We'll give you a chance to win some movie passes here in a little bit too, but you got to be watching on Facebook for that, so keep on checking that out. Now, this morning, first of all, I guess to start, we've got a number of things we want to talk about today, but Craig, first of all, you do have a new movie starting today, and it's
Yes.
a romantic comedy.
Romantic comedy.
One of your
yeah.
favorite genres.
Yeah, my favorite. The Broken Hearts Gallery.
He likes it because it's starting at the
Oh
theater.
man, your pants are on fire.
It looks, it's. A lot of people like these things.
Like a romantic comedy.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people
yeah.
like these
I
things.
Like people like it,
Like,
so.
not me, but
That's
a lot of
good,
people
yes.
like
This
it.
looks like a good one. PG-13.
Can you
Who's
name
in- who's in
a
that?
romantic comedy, Craig, that you yourself really enjoyed? Sorry to put you on the spot like this.
Yeah.
Should have given him this before the
not
show.
Really offhand.
Yeah. When we were talking before going on the air about
Uh-huh.
romantic comedies, and there's some I've seen that I liked, but I was trying to think of one that.
What was it? The Proposal? That one with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra.
Oh.
Was it Sandra Bullock?
Yeah,
Yeah, where the
and Betty White?
yeah, where that's one up in Alaska, right? They were in the
Yeah.
cabin up there, and the eagle
Right.
took off with their dog, and
Yep.
I like any movie with Betty White in it.
I know.
There's
She's
something about her
adorable. Yeah.
And what is she, like 140 now or something? I mean,
Yeah,
she's been
close.
around
Who
for.
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had, early in her career, she had some interesting episodes where she, would just say what she thought, which kind of went against other people and in the movie biz, and she just flat didn't care. And here she is still making movies and stuff.
And
So
flat not caring.
yeah,
no, there's some of these movies out there that are all right.
yeah.
Definitely.
I think you like that one because
Not really.
Sandra Bullock is in her altogether in that one.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess I've said before, I like my movies to escape,
Right.
so I prefer some aliens or something in there too. And romantic comedies are, by nature pretty.
Are there any?
Domestic.
So what's more alien than a spouse?
I see every-
I didn't say that.
Hi, honey. I love you.
And after
I got a
this-
couch.
After this, I get to go home and deal with the repercussions of my
That's
comments.
right. Sleep with the dog.
Well, and what about you, Tina? Is there one romantic comedy in
Oh,
particular that
goodness.
jumps out, off the screen at you as being the best?
Actually, yes. Irreconcilable
Oh,
Differences
there you go.
with Catherine Zeta-Jones and George Clooney, and I believe that's a Coen Brothers. I
I
believe.
wouldn't be surprised.
I think it is.
It's
just-
brutal enough.
It's
to be
brutal,
funny.
and the dialogue is just scintillating.
Scintillating.
It's just sparkling.
And what about you, Andy? Is there one particular, it took me a second to remember your name, sorry. Is there one particular romantic comedy that stands out as up, head and shoulders above the rest?
Joe versus the volcano.
Yeah, that just has romance written all over it. Joe versus the volcano.
Yeah, terrific. Early in the movie.
You're serious on this, aren't you?
Yeah, no, early in the career of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
They're an unlikely couple in an unlikely situation, and they eventually fall head over heels for each other.
And it's an unlikely
Hopefully
comedy,
they
but it
don't fall
really
into
is
the
good. It's
volcano.
good. I like it too. Yeah.
And it turned out, spoiler alert, it turned out that he did not have a brain cloud after all. That was a hoax.
My, what a tangled web we weave.
Yeah. But let's get back to the Broken Hearts Gallery, which starts today.
Right?
Yes.
And we wanna talk about that a little bit at least. And it's an interesting setup. This girl, Lucy, great name for a character in a movie, Lucy, I think. And she has a sad romance, and in order to get over her sadness, she puts an artifact on public display. and it catches on. And apparently there are plenty of people with broken hearts, and they bring in, that people bring in artifacts from their failed relationship as a way of purging themselves of their distress.
That's a cool premise. I hadn't heard that before. It sounds good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always use beer, but
Yeah, well,
You know what Homer Simpson said? Beer, the solution to and the cause of all of life's problems.
And you know what Benjamin Franklin said?
what did you
Yes.
say?
Beer is God's way of showing he loves us.
Good old Ben Franklin.
Good old Ben.
We love him.
Okay, this, you're gonna enjoy this one.
Okay.
The leading lady, the girl that plays Lucy, is 25 years old, I guess she's not a girl anymore. Geraldine Vishwanathan.
Easy for you to say.
She's Australian.
Didn't they used to change their names back in the day? I mean, you know,
Well, she's Australian.
yeah, but seriously.
She's, her mom's Swiss and her dad is English via India.
Wow.
So, but she's Australian. So,
And have we seen her in anything else before?
no,
Okay.
but she was awarded Best Newcomer or something like that by the Hollywood Critics Association.
Oh.
The HCA, of which I am oddly not a member. I keep looking in my mailbox for my invitation to join up, the Hollywood
you?
Critics Association, but no, not yet. But they gave her an award for, best new talent,
Huh.
something along those lines. So she has a mobile face, mobile. She can look scorchingly beautiful, and she can look distressingly ordinary, and that is not easy for an actress to do. Usually you can do one or the other, but not both.
Yeah?
I think anything I could say at this point would probably be inappropriate.
Well,
I think we need
that's your stock and trade.
I think
That's
we
right.
need our own organization, the Gonzo Critic Union.
Oh, there you go. And we could give
Yeah.
awards.
Yes, the Gonzo Awards.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
The GCU Awards, Gonzo Critic Union.
I saw a movie yesterday called Get Duped. And it wasn't very good, but it was produced by Eddie Izzard.
Really?
Yeah, and he played in it. Kind of a weird thing.
Get
You know those outward bound things for teenagers where
Oh,
you
yeah.
you go out into the wilderness and become a grown up and purge yourself of your sins. Well, they make 4 ne'er-do-well high school kids go out into the Highlands in Scotland to die, to perform this feat on their own. And it's not a very good movie, except after a while it starts getting better. It starts getting more interesting after Eddie Izzard starts taking pot shots at the kids because he's a crazy old Scottish laird. I won't go into everything, but at one point, people are taking hallucinogenic substances, which I won't go into because you can't, because we're on the radio, and they're confused
Gee,
naturally.
there's a shock.
And these two young fellows, these 2 teenagers, have white powder all over themselves, and the devotees of hallucinogens mistake them for, wait for it, zombies.
Ah,
Oh,
I knew we would have to get back to
there's
zombies.
So I'm counting,
Look.
I'm counting Get Duked as a zombie movie, even though there really aren't any zombies in it. People just are mistakenly identified as zombies.
It's a faux zombie movie.
It's a faux zombie movie.
And who is the actor that you mentioned in that?
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard, maybe.
And we know him from anything?
Yeah, he's a very famous actor.
He was real famous.
we have a zombie movie opening today.
Was that right?
What?
We do,
What?
yeah. Coco.
Oh, and
Those are
Craig
zombies.
is so right. Craig, like I, expands the definition of zombie. Anybody that's dead and walking around right?
That's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, what else
Gee,
do you
that's,
need?
Dead,
that's
yeah.
me every morning. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Makes
Cool.
me want to make some political jokes, but I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah.
No, if you haven't seen Coco, wow, what a spectacularly bright and pastel-colored movie this is.
So tell us a little bit about Coco, because I'm apparently one of the only ones here that's never heard of it.
This one actually came out a couple years ago,
Mhm.
but it's a Disney Pixar film,
Right?
and it's basically on the Day of the Dead.
Which I'm sure you are familiar with.
Right.
Dia de los Muertos.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Ah,
And
interesting.
came out a couple of years ago. This was a great one. Was very popular, and we're bringing it back here for a little bit.
That
Yeah,
sounds
and
good.
we get to see Mexican Hell. And Mexican Hell is very colorful.
Is that like Tijuana or what? No, sorry, that's my
No,
my
that's-
editorial comment for the day. I'm sorry. Interesting. So, and how old? Moving right along.
Delayed
Golly, don't you think we ought
Delayed
to?
laughter, delayed laughter.
What? How old is that movie?
2017.
All right, so not very
So
old.
not too bad. Yeah, not too
Okay.
bad there. Yeah, and we're gonna be looking at this. The whole movie industry is still going through change after change, but we're looking at a few. We've got some new stuff coming up,
Right.
and what we'll be doing here probably through the year is going to be a mix of new material and then some of these classic films.
Mhm.
But what a chance to see the classic films on the big screen
Well, it
as
is,
they
you know,
were originally supposed to be
Yeah,
seen.
actually,
So I think that's a really good thing for people to do.
I'm hoping for The Unforgiven
Oh.
on November 6th. We're
Really?
looking for that. So yeah, with some of these,
Oh,
of course,
man.
Clint Eastwood movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Arguably the best Western ever made.
Yes.
Certainly a top 10.
Yes.
We're looking at probably Braveheart.
Oh,
We're
he's
looking
still
at-
my
I'll
heart.
come watch that in the theater.
Yeah.
We're looking, Gladiator.
Oh.
Some of these, maybe Dances with Wolves.
All right.
So some of these, as you said,
Yeah.
these older classic films though that really need to be seen. They're big screen movies.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
along that line, we have one coming up tomorrow, don't we?
We do. Tomorrow morning, yes, our patriotic film festival,
Right.
The Patriot.
Oh, great
Oh,
movie. Great movie.
excellent.
Yeah, 10 a.m. That's free admission on that.
Yeah. Free, free,
A lot of big
free.
names in that
Admission.
one.
The
Oh,
the
yeah.
Rim Country Republican Club is sponsoring that one, so
Yeah.
come on in, watch it for free, and
Buy some popcorn.
Buy
Buy
some
some
popcorn.
popcorn and good snacks. Buy
And on your way
snacks.
out, buy some more and take it home.
yeah. But we're gonna be keeping these things going. These Saturday morning shows. Pretty much any Saturday morning you want to come down to the theater at 10 a.m. You're going to be seeing some kind of a classic or a patriotic film. We've got our Faith Film Festival going.
Right.
Not tomorrow, but the next one we have Faith Like Potatoes playing that one.
Faith like potatoes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new one, isn't it?
No.
No?
No.
No, that's been out for a little bit.
Oh,
That's they're over in Africa. In
Well known for their potatoes.
a potato farm apparently. Yeah. Another, a faith film.
Right.
And
Interesting.
then next week, actually next week also then is Yankee Doodle Dandy, another
Oh.
patriotic film.
James Cagney, and he dances. People don't think of him as dancing. He was like the gangster guy, but man, what a hoofer he was. He was amazing. So and that's the story of George M. Cohan. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So and that goes back to we're talking like
Oh.
the 40s.
No, no,
30s,
30s.
Mid-30s, I think,
Yeah,
35,
yeah.
36.
That's a wonderful movie.
Wow. Very
I'm
interesting.
a Yankee Doodle Dandy.
But you just mentioned a number of movies that I would love to go see on the big screen because, like you say, I mean, I got a large screen TV at home, but that doesn't compare to being in the theater.
Like you said, some of these are not meant to be watched on a small TV.
Right.
It's we were talking earlier. Wonder Woman is kind of in flux right now. We're not sure what the studios are going to do with that. We've seen a lot of movies being pulled and pushed to 2021. Right now, we're looking at Wonder Woman probably Christmas Day.
Right.
They're talking they're going to stream it and put it out in theaters at the same time. And that's another one. You look at Wonder Woman. You got to watch that on a big screen. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
not, these aren't.
Yeah.
These big movies are meant to be watched on a big screen with
Well,
the sound systems and everything.
Yeah, seated in a darkened theater with your phone turned off and just focused. I mean, it's
It's-
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that
turn
experience
off my
is
phone.
just. Really, you don't know how yet, but I can show you.
Or if you want to get really risky, you just leave it in your car and walk away from it.
Ooh, yeah, But-
what if somebody wanted to call me?
Tough.
yeah. But no, Craig is right. All of the movies that were originally produced for the big theater should be seen in their original format. Gladiator, it's a spectacle. Braveheart is a spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The cinematography in some of those are
extraordinary.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I've got to put one more plug in for Silverado, in that was a movie that I really enjoyed, but I mean it lacks a great deal if you're not seeing it on
Sure.
the big screen, just because of
Right.
the epic cinematography.
Tombstone.
Tombstone's another great one.
Yeah. And you know, in Gladiator, the score.
Oh, yeah.
I have that CD, and I mean, I play it in my car when I'm driving long distance. Hans Zimmer is one of the preeminent movie music guys, and
Composers, what
Oh,
we call those guys.
composers. And he is just, he's in his element. It's one of the best movie scores of all time, in my opinion.
Very interesting.
And you're absolutely right. Silverado is pretty.
Yeah.
I like the storyline. I like the cinematography. There's not too much about that movie that I don't like.
Yeah.
It's and that was boy, a number of people kind of made their debut in that.
Well,
movie.
Kevin Costner just
Yeah.
burst out of nowhere.
He was the
Yeah.
kid.
He was amazing. Yeah, when he jumps on that horse bareback,
Right.
dang.
You know, another one we talked about, and this movie's usually kind of considered as a one of the greatest flops of all time, but Waterworld.
Oh, there you go.
I liked Waterworld.
Waterworld on the big screen, that's a different, you know,
I fell
that's another
asleep.
one. That's another one that needs to be seen on the big
It
screen.
is,
You know, it's
yeah,
not a,
yeah. It's a spectacle.
and a lot of what, I think a lot of what kind of Kurt said, they went so far over budget.
Yeah.
They just lost control of their budget, and, you know, Kevin Costner was fresh off of Dances with Wolves, so he had a little bit of clout going there, and they just kind of
Right.
gave him a blank check, and
And then
he
they,
wrote it.
He kept writing more on it.
then they turned right
Still
around
added
and
zeros, yeah.
turned right around and did The Postman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just two huge,
That's a
huge
wonderful movie.
hemorrhages,
Yes.
financial hemorrhages.
But
right
The
in a row.
Postman is a great, great movie. Yeah, I read the book,
Did
David Brin. It's a sci-fi book. I
Right.
saw the movie. Oh, it's fabulous.
No, it's so inspiring
Yeah,
too, when
yeah.
the young, at the end of the movie, the young teenage girl jumps on her horse and she's going off to deliver the mail.
Yes.
Deliver the
Deliver
mail.
them on the horse.
That is civilization, folks,
Yes,
when you get mail.
yes.
No, I'm
Snail mail. Oh, I agree.
No, I'm perfectly serious.
Oh, every
That-
time I
this is
get
a-
a
this is a-
handwritten snail mail, I just, I'm
This
so
is a
excited.
post-apocalypse movie.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's the first thing that knits these little isolated communities up in
Right.
Oregon and Washington.
this
First thing
actual snail
that
mail.
knits them together.
The really negative part, though, was that when he gets the very first bit of mail and he opens it up and it says, "We've been trying to contact you about renewing your vehicle." More darn spam mail.
But with Wonder Woman, Christmas Day, we're going to get to see the incomparable Gal Gadot.
Right.
Gal Gadot. What's her name? Gal
Gal Gadot.
Gal
Yeah,
Gadot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So-
Israeli.
Former
Right.
Miss Israel.
Yes.
And then
She's a sight for sore eyes.
Yeah, and she's
really good.
a great big girl too.
Yeah.
So you can when you see her swinging a sword around, you believe it.
Yeah, because they have these
She's not some
movies
little
where
skinny girl.
it's, Angelina Jolie at, 95 pounds, duking out everybody. I'm like, oh, please, really.
So Gal Gadot, a little more
Yeah,
believable.
yeah, Gal Gadot is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wanted. Isn't that Wanted? Angelina Jolie?
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Suspend belief.
Yeah.
All ye unbelievers,
That's what it is. That's what the movies are about.
Yeah,
Suspending
suspend belief.
And Craig, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that in the previous Wonder Woman movie, her paramour, played by Chris Pine, was snuffed by the god of war. And yet, because movies are so wonderful, they bring him
Yeah,
back. He's alive again.
He's alive in this one. It's Wonder Woman 1984, so it's actually, well, it's obviously set in 1984. But yeah, Chris Pine is back in this one, and we're not quite sure
We'll have to watch it to
how,
find out.
Does Linda Carter have a cameo in that anywhere or anything?
No,
Just wondering.
no.
She went to the same high school my
Well,
wife
we
did. so-
love her.
Yeah.
We do love
She's
her.
70,
Yeah, 70,
Can't be that
70, 90, 99.
700. Or
She's my age.
No,
So she's not that old.
Thank you.
Do you have
No.
$5 I can borrow? You know, the bottom line is the idea of Wonder Woman, and I've seen the trailer for it, and it definitely has a little more eye pop than than the original TV series, and it's a little less comic bookish from what I can tell. That's
and
a nice way to say it.
and the stakes are pretty high too. The first Wonder Woman movie, they battled, who's the Greek equivalent of Mars?
Oh.
Not Hermes.
Aries.
Was it
I think it is Ares.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
the
is.
god of war.
Thank you, classical scholar there at the end of the row. Yeah, they battled the Greek god of war, and that's speaking of potatoes. That is no small potatoes.
Okay.
Boy, that's a segue.
Got to bring that potato back in somehow.
Pizza, man, you segued beautifully.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Well, now, so what we're going to do here is we're going to, on K-Rim, we're going to get back to more of your favorite music here shortly, but we're going to go another half hour on Facebook Live. So make sure you switch over and check us out on Facebook Live. We're going to give you a chance to win some movie passes here. But before we're done on the radio, Craig, just give us a rundown of everything that's playing this weekend so people can get their plans together.
Oh yeah. Okay, we had actually 3 new movies this week.
Really?
Broken Hearts Gallery.
Right?
I'm gonna see that one.
Coco.
Mhm.
Our kids' classic movie. We're doing those 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, $7. Small drink, small popcorn included.
Nice.
That's going to be the first Shrek.
Oh, wow.
And go back to the original Shrek. That's at 2
Speaking
o'clock
of
and 5
romantic
o'clock.
comedies, my goodness, the
Ah,
dragon
there
and
you
the
go,
donkey.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, be still my heart.
That's my life.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. Unhinged, still playing.
Right,
Russell
right.
Crowe.
Horror flick.
Infidel.
Yes,
And
time out, you've got to see Infidel.
Tina, you were
Oh, man.
frothing at the mouth as you came in this
Well,
morning
because
talking
it's
about Infidel.
produced by Dinesh D'Souza, who is just a brilliant guy,
Sure.
and
I know him.
Jim Caviezel, who was the star of The Passion of the Christ,
Right.
also on Person of Interest on Netflix.
Mhm.
One of my favorite actors. He's so good, and you've got to see this movie because it's an important movie. I had people who said, "I'm sorry, we don't support Hollywood because we don't like their values,"
Mhm.
and I understand that, but. This is Dinesh D'Souza. This
Not
is not
Hollywood.
Hollywood. This is Jim Caviezel. It's a stunning movie. Stunning.
So, as far as trying to give us a thumbprint of the overall concept,
Mhm.
can you do that in a
Yeah.
paragraph?
Yeah, it's a Christian man who goes over to, I believe it's Iran. right?
Egypt. He
To
goes to Egypt and gets
Egypt
kidnapped.
and gets kidnapped. And it really does show the nastiness and the evil of the Islamic jihad terrorists. It's a really vile picture of a vile group of people.
Right.
And his, I'm no spoiler, I'm not gonna do a spoiler, but, oh man, what a great movie, and I forget the gal who plays his wife, but she's awesome. And
You mentioned earlier that you're going to go see it again.
yes, I will, because I finally persuaded my husband to go to the theater, and
Oh,
he
wow.
said he would go with me, so.
Milk
honey,
duds.
Honey, milk duds. No, everybody in Payson should go see that.
Really?
Yes, everybody in Pine and Strawberry and Tono Village and yeah.
Maybe even Tono Basin.
Yeah, Tono Basin, right.
Yeah.
Well, that would
Yeah.
be something to have
Whoa.
a distinguished visitor from
From
Tonto
Tonto
Basin
Basin.
come up and go to the movies.
Can we come in on
Yeah,
horseback?
So Infidel, please see it.
Yeah, very interesting.
What else?
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
that rounds
wonderful.
off. Yeah,
Bette
so it's-
Midler and Kathy Najimy, I remember
Sarah
her.
Jessica Parker.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a comedy, that's a
And
good movie.
We'll have that one for another week. Then next Friday, I think kind of a big one. Andy doesn't like this movie, but Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
Tim Burton.
there you go.
Definitely a kind of a cult classic there for sure.
With some unusual animation.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's definitely strange. It's a weird little film, but
Tim Burton just freaks me out.
Yeah,
he's done some
he's a kinky guy.
he's done some weird stuff.
Can we talk about that on the radio? I don't know.
Sure.
Well, anyway, we just did.
But anyway, that rounds it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So some great different choices depending on what you like to watch. There's something for everybody at the Sawmill
Kind of a
Theaters.
big one for kids this week. We've got
Yeah.
a few kids movies in there, so get your kids out, come watch a movie.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Make sure you visit the concession stand, and of course you can always find out what's playing and when it's playing by just going online to sawmilltheaters.com, and they'll keep you updated on everything that's coming, everything that's going, and everything in between. All right, now we got to take a quick break on the radio here and get you back to more of your favorite music. Have some tunes from Ambrosia, Led Zeppelin, Eric Clapton, and Iron Butterfly. I haven't heard of the Iron
Yeah,
Butterfly.
what
in a
about
while.
Eddie Van Halen? He
Yeah.
just passed us once.
Yeah, that's
Terrible,
right. Yeah.
terrible,
See what we can do
yes.
about that. See if we
Yeah.
can include some of that too.
Yeah.
All that and more coming up. But first, a quick look at Rim Country weather, and we're going to keep on talking movies on Facebook Live. So join us there.
Eddie Van Halen rocked hard.
Oh, my word, what a loss.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we can forget about those microphones and just
Yeah.
talk to our friends on Facebook.
Hello?
Hello.
So one of the things that that hi there.
Hello. Pictures will be taken.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes, and let me turn the air on here.
So we have
yeah,
a
turn the air
Oh,
on.
splendid idea.
we have a
Trump card.
if you see flashing going
Oh,
on,
you're gonna get
I
it?
mean as in
No.
lights flashing.
Oh,
but if you
we
can
have
get it,
photographic
it's on
needs that'll be
DVD
happening
now.
here.
Yes,
if
Marie
you can find a
from
copy of it, I
Estelle
will.
Marie
Yeah, we got a
Photography.
patriotic
Which
film
that-
there. If you want
Marie
to plug right into one of those
from
for the
Estelle Marie Photography.
Marie from
24th
Estelle
or
Marie
the-
Photography.
In
Okay.
fact, she's
Perfect.
coming in right
I'll
now.
get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked. Amazon was out,
I'll get it.
but Walmart. You might be able to go through Walmart and get it. But yeah, if you can do that, we can do that one for.
All right. Now,
We're like that, me and Denise.
for our friends on Facebook here that are watching, in between other interruptions here, we're gonna
Come
have
out too.
we're gonna have a question for you in a little bit, where you'll get a chance to win some passes. Hey Marie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good.
Hello.
How's life in the photography biz?
Good.
Just like everything else,
As I
right?
cover these, yeah,
Yeah.
And
great.
again, this is for the cover of Time magazine, was it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
The New York Times, we're gonna be on the front page of the New York Times.
Time persons of the year.
Put
That's
that
what it
on the
says.
front page of the New York Times, if you want.
All right. Now, one of the things that we wanted to talk a little bit about, we were talking earlier.
Is how famous we're getting.
Yeah.
Almost
right.
famous.
We were talking earlier
I
about
love that movie.
romantic comedies, which Andy just calls rom-coms. When I was thinking about romantic comedies, that really jump out at me, and there wasn't an initial one that wow, that was the best. So I bailed out and went to Vanity Fair online to find out what their list of the 25 best romantic comedies of all time were. And in reverse order, and I was kind of surprised that this is all the way down at 25, because this did get a lot of airplay. Number 25 is My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh,
From
that
back in
is a
2002.
great movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was actually, I'm not a big fan of romantic comedies, but that was actually a pretty funny
It
movie.
was really cute.
You know what? Just kind of jogged my memory. You're asking me my favorite romantic comedy.
Right?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Well, at least he has one, right?
Yeah.
Why are they laughing at you?
Oh, what are we? Did you like that? Sarah Marshall.
I actually did like that. I can't remember.
Oh, I
who
did
was
too,
in it?
but-
Who was in it?
That was
Everybody.
yeah. Kristen Bell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was Kristen Bell and Brandon.
Brendan Fraser.
No, not
Brendan
Fraser.
Fraser.
Brandon. I forgot his name. Jason Segel.
And Jackie from
Yeah.
the 70s show.
From that '70s show, right?
Right.
What is her name too?
Chris.
Easy for him to say.
No, but it was over in Hawaii. They went over there and
Oh, yeah. the rest.
Kristen Bell and Jason Segel just broke up and
They
go
run
to
into
Hawaii.
each
Yeah, they
other.
break up and
How
they
awful.
both go to the same resort to kind of get over it. But
Yeah,
Kristen
except
Bell
she's
shows
already
up.
over
Yeah,
it.
she's already with her new boyfriend.
Yeah, she was
Ouch.
over
Yeah.
it before she dumped Jason Segel.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, I was, I thought so
Hey,
too.
just
but-
time out here,
there
man.
was a lot-
He's got a romantic comedy. You
Yeah,
gotta
but
let him
there was
have
a,
it,
there was a
right?
lot of
Yeah.
horrifying stuff in it too.
Well, speaking of horrifying,
Like when the bride has an interlude with the masseuse. Now that was not right.
Oh no, that was. Oh no, that was.
that was the bachelorette
no,
party.
no.
Yeah, no, you're
Bill,
thinking.
Bill and Bob get wedding dates.
But Mike and
Is that
Ted.
a movie you're working on
Mike,
now?
Mike and Ted.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Oh, that's another. good
Yeah,
one.
you're right. I've got it mixed up in my
Yes.
head.
Oh yes, that masseuse scene was just. Oh, it was just awesome. That was so funny.
So go online and check that one out.
I think it's
Now,
Mike and Ted. Mike and Ted need wedding
Yeah,
dates.
Mike and Ted need wedding dates. It's based on a true story.
well,
Yes,
let me
yeah.
blow through a couple more of these real quick. Number 24 in the top 25 according to Vanity
We've worked
Fair.
our way up to
What?
24?
Yeah, no, we're going in reverse order.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
20, really. Number 24 was a Jack Nicholson, Diane Keaton movie.
Oh, yes.
And that's Something's Gotta Give.
Yes,
Back in
that's
2003.
wonderful.
Really?
Great line in there.
Yes.
I just had sex and I didn't die.
But what about your partner?
No, so, Jack Nicholson plays a fellow about your age.
No, really?
And
Oh,
you, and you like this because
Oh, because it's got Keanu Reeves in it.
Keanu, yes.
I
All right,
love
number-
all of his
Okay.
movies.
number 23 is one I've not heard of, Kissing Jessica Stein.
Yes.
That was it a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah, it was a
movie,
good
yeah.
movie.
Number 22 is one that you might like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Brilliant movie.
Yes.
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 It had
Ah,
Matthew McConaughey.
yeah.
They say only in the rom-com, to end all rom-coms, would you have leads named Andy Anderson and Benjamin Barry. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I'll have to check that one out.
Mm.
Number 21, Some Kind of Wonderful, back in 1987. That was
Don't know about that one.
I can't remember. I think I've seen it.
Eric Stoltz,
Yes, Eric Stoltz.
Mary Stuart Masterson,
Yes.
and Leah Thompson.
Don't remember that one.
Yep, yep.
Now here's one I'm kind of surprised is all the way down at 20 because it was a big hit. Going back to 1977, Annie Hall.
Oh, that's a wonderful
Yeah,
movie.
I mean, that was-
I blow hot and cold on Woody Allen, but honestly, he is funny. And Annie Hall was a gem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a real popular
yeah.
one. In
I'm not sure it's like heartwarming though.
It's a rom-com.
Yeah, I think
Come
we're
on.
kind of. I'm seeing a little bit of a difference between a romantic comedy and a comedy with romance in it.
Ooh, subtle there.
Saving,
Subtle.
so would that be a
Subtle.
com-rom?
yeah, saving Sarah Silverman.
Yeah.
Comrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
that, and that was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. That was pretty good. The whole 9 yards.
Oh, there you go.
So I want to interject something because I don't want
that
something
was
to
a
be left out.
comrom, you're right.
Come on. Yes,
I don't want
literally.
this to be left out.
Okay.
The importance of being earnest with Reese Witherspoon. It is just hysterical, and was written
Lots of-
by Oscar Wilde. Very, very funny. Very,
Witty.
very English witty satire humor. Just shotgun English humor. Everybody should see that movie.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's
I-
one of my top 10.
It's another one I've missed.
Yeah, I have about 50 in my top 10.
How could you have not seen that?
I'm
What?
busy watching documentaries and watching everyone around me go to sleep.
And watching us, right?
Yeah.
Trying to work.
Number 19.
Oh, what is it?
Much Ado About Nothing from
Oh,
1993.
Yes.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Yes,
Boy,
and
is that
Shakespeare.
funny.
People forget what a funny guy Shakespeare was.
Kenneth Branagh.
Branagh.
Emma Thompson,
Yes,
Denzel Washington, Keanu
yes.
Reeves, Michael Keaton,
Yes.
Kate Beckinsale, and Robert Sean Leonard.
Yeah, that was a wonderful movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything with any of those people actually is
Yeah.
great.
But then Shakespeare again, The Taming of the Shrew, with Elizabeth Taylor
Oh,
and Richard Burton. That's
brutal. That was not a
killer.
rom-com.
That is a rom-com.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
brutal,
To me, it's a
brutal,
rom-com.
brutal.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Brought to you by your divorce attorneys,
Yeah.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Irreconcilable differences.
Right.
That's about divorce.
Now, the number 18 is from back in 2001, and I don't know if I can even pronounce it because it looks like this must be French. Amélie? Amélie?
Amélie.
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 I missed that.
That was good.
It's not a movie that many would traditionally classify as a romantic comedy,
I saw
but it
it.
defies most easily classifications unless you consider French whimsy, whimsy a genre unto itself. Well, anyway, so check
You
it
know
out.
what
Tell us.
was actually a French romantic movie that, I don't know if it was funny, but it was romantic, was a man and a
Oh
Man and a
my
woman.
goodness, yes. Un homme et une femme.
woman. Yeah, no, with, what's her name, who,
What's her name?
eventually murdered her boyfriend.
Well, number 17, yeah, other than that, a fun gal though.
Yeah.
Number 17 in our list of the top 25 romantic comedies, a Shirley MacLaine movie from back in 1960, The Apartment.
Oh, excellent, with Jack Lemmon. Yes.
Number 16, from
I just
1994.
saw Shirley MacLaine this week or
Right.
something, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, number 16 has got a title that just exudes romantic comedy from 1994, Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh, I love that movie.
Really?
Yes, it's got Hugh Grant, and it's just.
Hey, Hugh Grant.
Oh, yeah, but he's.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm a chick. I love Hugh Grant. Right?
How about number 15 from 1987, Moonstruck?
Yes.
That's another
With
interesting
Cher,
one.
and that you got to watch that like 15 times. It's
Right.
so great. Yes. Nicolas Cage.
From
I
number
don't like
14.
Nick Cage either.
Yeah. He doesn't like anything. From 2005, number 14 is The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
That's funny.
I
Yeah.
saw that and I
Yeah.
just thought it was kind of cheesy personally.
Yeah.
That's-
It
Well,
was-
you know, it was cheesy.
It was icky.
Yeah. So-
Number 13 from 2003, Down with Love, Peyton Reed's sleeper classic starring Renee Zellweger
Yes.
and Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
Didn't see it.
I saw it. It was good.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
Probably intentionally. Number
Did it
12
make
goes.
your heart go boom, boom?
It was cute. Yeah.
Cute.
They had chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, number 12 goes all the way back to 1940. Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell team
Yes.
up for this first talking newspaper screwball comedy from
Yes.
director Howard Hawks called His
Girl
Friday.
Friday.
That's right.
Yes.
1940.
That was really
yes.
funny.
And the dialogue in that was scintillating, shotgun,
Do you-
brilliant.
Do you think that romantic comedies from back then were more well written than they are?
Oh,
now?
yo, absolutely.
indeed.
That's my
Indeed.
rhetorical question
Indeed.
for the day.
And you know, she also starred in one of my most favorite movies in one of my favorite books, Auntie Mame, and that was kind of a romantic comedy as well.
Right?
Rosalind Russell was just magnificent.
Roz was good.
Yeah, she was good.
But another movie, one of my personal maximum favorites from that era, about 48, I guess, was The Professor and the Bobby Soxer,
Yeah.
with Cary Grant, Myrna Loy,
Yes.
and a teenage
Person?
Carrot Top, who's Annie, the little girl with that danced and stuff when she was little.
Shirley Temple?
Shirley Temple, yes, a teenage Shirley
Oh
Temple.
my goodness.
And Shirley Temple
Yes.
has a crush on the professor.
Cary
It's
Grant.
Cary
Well,
Grant.
who didn't have a crush on Cary Grant? I mean,
Yeah.
really.
I didn't.
Yeah, well.
In
And that's the one where they go, they do the thing about voodoo.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
remember how it goes, but
And
it's
again,
just
shotgun.
it's hysterical.
Shotgun dialect, or dialogue.
Yeah, and in those, and Tina's pointed this out too. In those days, they didn't have, they couldn't take their clothes off to keep your attention. They didn't have, spaceships flying into
Mhm.
the mouth of some alien space snake or something.
And they didn't cut fast.
And they didn't cut fast.
They lingered in the shot and let the performers really, do
Really
the-
perform.
really
Bring out the
perform,
emotion
yeah.
in their
And the
facial
scripts were fabulous.
Wow.
They really were. Yeah.
Very interesting.
And they're witty and they're
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah.
And
What
it's
about-
just-
Which,
just
if
a-
you go back to Importance of Being Earnest, was witty and funny because Oscar Wilde was a wicked boy. He was. He actually went to jail.
Oops.
Well, back in the
How about
1800s.
number 11 from back in
So did
1997?
Pee Wee Herman.
There you go.
Less witty.
Ain't nothing romantic about that comedy. Number 11 from 1997, My Best Friend's Wedding, Julia Roberts movie.
Oh, excellent, yes.
Number
I
10.
didn't like that.
Now, this is one that I'm surprised is at number 10 and maybe not a little bit further up because again, I'm not a big romantic comedy fan, but I thought this was a pretty well done romantic comedy from 1993 with Tom Hanks and Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh,
yeah,
we
classic.
recently showed that
Meg
at the
Ryan.
theater, and that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
That's a good movie. And number 9, Broadcast News from 1987.
Oh, Faye Dunaway.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
and that's the one in which Peter, I forget his name, he leans out the window and says, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not taking this anymore."
Is that the one?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Network.
That was Network.
Oh, oops, well, it was about.
Broadcast News from 1987
Sorry.
stars, let's see, James L. Brooks wrote it, produced and
Right.
directed this 7-time Oscar nominee, which put a slight little southerner named Holly Hunter on the map.
That's
Ooh.
right,
And
sorry.
Like Holly Hunter.
predicted the
Yeah.
slow decline of American journalism. Boy, were they ever right with that one,
And Holly Hunter, again, she was in Raising Arizona,
right?
which is a great rom-com. That was one of the early Coen brothers.
Yep, starring
Nicolas Cage.
Tex Cobb.
Tex
Number
Cobb,
8
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
all-time, according to Vanity Fair, the all-time top 25 romantic comedies. This goes back to 1934.
Mhm.
It Happened One Night.
Yes, Cary Grant,
Yeah,
again.
a rom-com made in the era when the production code discouraged scenes of excessive passion. It Happened One Night captures love and even lust without a whole lot. An expertly displayed leg, an instantly iconic shirtless Clark Gable, and their road
Oh, I'm
trip
sorry,
plot
Clark Gable.
repeated
Yeah.
endlessly in the decades
Oh.
since, but never quite matched.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was fixated on Cary Grant, but I also had a crush on Clark Gable.
Guilty obsessions.
Yes.
Number 7, from 1999, Notting Hill.
Yes,
Another Hugh
another
Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Uh,
Well, I okay. Chick movie, chick movie.
Now, here's one that has got to be number 6 in the top 25 list, and I never thought of this as a romantic comedy. I actually rarely thought of it as even a comedy, but I think you will perhaps disagree. From 1993, Groundhog Day.
Oh,
Oh.
one of our favorite movies.
But a
Yes.
romantic comedy?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
jeez.
that's really
Louise.
funny. Yes.
Oh my goodness, poor Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Oh,
Annie McDowell.
was it
Yeah.
Andy McDowell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day, the ultimate rom-com for curmudgeons who don't like rom-coms. The perfect salve
I'm
for
surprised you didn't
a
mention
hardened
that.
cynic's
What
heart.
do you mean?
I like it. Good old Bill Murray. He's I haven't seen him in much
Oh, he's
lately, but I've always gotten a kick out of
He
him.
was just in
Excuse me.
Zombieland 2.
Oh, and how did I miss that?
I don't know. They killed him by mistake. But
Oops.
then he came, that was in Zombieland 1. But of course, he came back as a zombie.
There you go.
There you go.
So no, he's still making movies.
Yeah.
Can't keep a good zombie down.
Oh, he just did that other zombie flick.
Yeah.
With Tilda Swanson and
Which I still have not seen.
what is that?
He plays a-
Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
He plays like a sheriff or something.
Yeah. What?
I can't remember the name of it.
I can't either.
That's it.
It
I'm
was-
gonna see if I can watch that
It was
today.
kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
It really
It didn't do well.
No.
You know, and the title of number 5 in the top 25 here is not one that necessarily exudes the idea of romantic comedy. This is from 1999, and the title is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, I like that movie.
10 Things is right on line between teen movie and romantic comedy, but what elevates this
You're right.
film past high school drama is the mature performances of Julia Stiles and the late great Heath Ledger,
Yep.
who personified the frustration of being over high school but too young for college in separate equally winning ways. Sounds mind-blowing.
Oh, there's a terrific line in there too. The Julia Stiles character is getting dressed, and she has a sister that's a couple of years younger than her, and they're in high school, and the younger sister says, "Oh, you're putting on black pants. I know what you're up to. You think somebody's gonna see them."
It's a difficult plot to follow, but and let's get through the last few here. Number 4, you know, in going through this list, I realized that, I mean, and I came clean earlier. I said I'm not a big fan of romantic comedies, and in looking through this list, I've missed a bunch of them.
And Keith Ledger, by the way, in 10 Things is
Yeah.
great. He's really very good.
Yeah.
Well, number 4 is from 2001. It's Bridget Jones' Diary.
Oh, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
She was great.
Kind of a classic.
Yeah.
rom-com.
Colin Firth, also, and Hugh
Yes.
Grant.
Yeah, Hugh Grant.
Another
Too much, too much romance, not enough time.
Yeah, too much
Yeah, there you go,
Chick
exactly,
flick, I
yeah.
love it.
Well, how about
They go out in a boat.
this one actually was I think a little more maybe a little more comedy than romance, but from 1995, Clueless.
Oh, with
Wonderful
Alicia
movie.
Silverstone. She
Yep.
was wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
one
Remember, it was
brilliant,
that
brilliant
line,
movie.
that line, as if.
Yeah.
That became the cultural. I mean, everybody was saying that, as if.
Yeah, the late,
Totally tubular.
the late great Brittany Murphy in that
Oh,
too.
but
She
she
was
was
also was
wonderful.
great.
Yeah.
Alicia Silverstone in a generation-defining performance. There would be no Regina George without Cher.
And it was taken from a Jane Austen movie.
Really.
Yes, I believe it was Emma. I think. I can't remember.
Now, number 2 in the top 25 list, probably not a big surprise, doesn't really surprise me. From 1998, You've Got Mail.
Yeah, of course.
That was a good one.
Of course.
That was
Number
Nora
one,
Ephron's,
Joe versus a volcano.
Yeah, Nora Ephron's genre-defining romantic comedies arriving in theaters after When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle, but before the new millennium. It's the second film Ephron made with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, who circle each other easily as sparring partners. So,
Yes.
and then, of course, real quick here, and then we're going to give you a chance to win some movie passes. This
Is this number one?
this is now number 1.
Okay.
1989.
1989, okay.
We made reference of it from another movie that we just recently spoke of.
Is this the third Star Wars movie?
Romantic comedy.
The Terminator? No.
I'll be back in the voice court. 1989, When Harry Met Sally.
Oh.
Another Meg Ryan
Okay.
flick there, but
Yeah, love Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Best of all time.
and director Rob Reiner. was
Rob
the-
Reiner. Yeah, and it has that great line in it. I'll have what she's having.
That's right. Yeah. Well, anyway, enough with that.
And that was his mother. Did you know that?
No.
That was Rob Reiner's mother who
Oh, I
did
bet,
that cameo.
bet they had fun doing
Yeah.
that.
I can't believe that they didn't slip in Shakespeare in Love.
Oh,
Which is just a
that's
great smoochy movie.
That's 3 greats.
Yeah.
super, super.
Yeah, and she said super.
No, I-
That's 2 supers
backed
and-
up.
2
Yeah.
supers and 3 greats.
I'm backed up by somebody who actually knows films.
Yes, and it's Gwyneth Paltrow. She was in her element.
Hey, we
Yeah,
got
she
we got
was.
to talk real quick here before we're out of time about the folks that are following us today on Facebook Live.
Hello, folks.
Paulette Eaton says, "Nice forum." Ashley, well, thank you. Oh, not that kind. I got it.
Oh, my goodness.
Ashley Graham says, "Great to have the theater back open," and Dory Dubois is watching with you. So now we're going to give you a chance to. Let's see. We need a trivia, an easy trivia question that the first person to.
Don't make it easy.
answer-
I'm the trivia queen.
We'll just.
I won the last
Who
one.
played the female lead in Joe versus the Volcano?
Oh, shoot. All of a sudden, my phone's laughing. That's pretty bad. That's something Freudian going on.
Wow, we have phone-in laughers? It's great!
Laughing.
I think maybe a question that might be a little bit easier than that. Like, what's the opposite of off? Anyway, how about you get an easy trivia question that we can toss out this morning?
Come on,
movie
Craig.
trivia question. You're
Uh,
the movie.
You're the movie theater guy.
What romantic comedy starts at the Sawmill Theaters today?
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
What we talked about it earlier. Were you
Yeah.
paying attention? What romantic comedy starts at the Sawmill Theaters today? Now, nobody has punched in that title yet. If you do, we'll give you a couple of movie passes to go see the movie for free or any other movie that's playing at Sawmill Theaters. But you do have to respond on Facebook Live with the answer to Craig's question of what romantic comedy is starting at the Sawmill Theater today. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't know. Well, no one else is chiming in on that one yet, so look it up real quick by
Look it
going
up,
to sawmilltheaters.com and then type it in.
And another romantic comedy not
Right.
mentioned, I can't believe it wasn't on the list.
What?
Some Like It Hot.
Oh, there you go.
With
Yeah,
Marilyn Monroe,
that's-
Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon. Oh, and Joe Ebert.
And Joey Brown, and
Yeah.
Joey Brown was in love
Oh.
with Tony Curtis, not Tony
Right.
Curtis, with, yeah, I think with Tony Curtis.
Yes, and at the end, you know, that last line, he says, all these reasons
I'm
Joey
a
Brown
man.
can't marry me. I'm a man. He says, well, nobody's perfect. And that was Billy Wilder, who was just a great director.
Was he related to Gene Wilder?
No.
No, just little wilder.
He
than
was
me.
German.
Terminator was kind of a romantic film. I mean, if you know, no, Terminator with
Well, I'm
Arnold
thinking of
Schwarzenegger.
Alien.
Yeah, Sarah
Well,
Connor.
Sarah
the-
Connor
The guy
and,
comes back through
yeah,
time for her. You know, he
oh,
fell in love
that's
with a picture of her.
Well, it's
and-
romantic, it's not a comedy.
No, not much comedy in it.
Oh, you can find something to laugh at.
Dracula was a good romantic film.
Dracula sucks.
Dracula was a romantic film.
Yeah.
Not very
I've said
funny,
this
though.
before, and I'll say it again. If you look at the true life story of Vlad Tempest, who the fictional Dracula was modeled after,
Oh,
he was far more twisted and strange.
oh, he was,
He didn't sleep in a coffin and come out only at night, but
no, he impaled, he was Vlad the
yeah,
Impaler.
he was.
That's not romantic.
Spent some time in Romania. I found his story to be bizarre.
Is it like
Romania
Count-
and romantic
Is
though,
that the
no.
Countess Bathroy or something that
Oh,
bathed in blood?
yes.
She
Wow.
was bathed in blood. He
You
thought it would keep her young.
The blood of virgins.
Stop, we're doing romantic comedies, stop.
But wait, there's one more. When I was in Romania, last time I was in Romania, we were going to a lot of different places.
Is this
Big long
gonna
story.
be smoochy?
No, not at all. But we wanted to visit this one castle that was the birthplace of Vlad Tempest, or Vlad the Impaler. And it had been a very long day, and we didn't end up getting there until midnight. We were on our way back into Bucharest. And going up to the castle where Vlad the Impaler was born at midnight was pretty darn strange. And
Creepy?
yeah, more than a little creepy. And they had this really long covered stairway that went up to the top of this hill where there was an old cemetery there with very old headstones and everything. And at night, you know, at midnight, that was just I'm not much into boo and that kind of stuff, but that was a strange place to be. Anyway, but I digress. So the Broken Hearts Gallery
Yes.
is the answer to our question.
Alright.
Devon Marcus got that right. So
Yay.
Devon, just come by the K-Rim Studios here at we're in the 200 block of West Frontier. I got to learn my address, but
Where am I? What am I
yeah.
doing here?
We're just in a little ways from Frontier on the south side of Frontier. So come on out by the studio. We'll get you some.
Earth is a pretty blue one, you can't miss it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The Broken Hearts Gallery, and that plays at what time of day?
So 1:30, 4:30, and 7:30.
Right. Now,
And in spite of the title, I think it is there's some romance in there, rather than just tragedy upon tragedy upon
Yeah,
tragedy.
it's
like
actually
real
the
life.
kid from Stranger Things. That second
yeah.
Stranger Things, the brother
That
that was
series,
such a
yeah.
jerk, you know, driving the Trans Am around, and
That's
yeah,
a great
he's
series.
actually the romantic lead in this.
Yeah,
wow.
that's a
Very
really
good.
great series.
Now, what about real quick here because we're just about out of time. The movie set again out of Egypt or the Middle
Infidel.
East. Infidel.
Yeah.
What time does that play today?
It's 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15.
Okay, and that plays at those same times every day.
Yes.
Drop everything, go see it.
Yeah, and those are, and
Yes.
yeah, we do every different times now. You know, we're it's Friday through Sunday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we're closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Thursday, then all day.
And Tina, are you saying that Infidel would be a pretty realistic look at the problems in the Middle East?
Yes,
In a word,
yes, and really the problems of the Muslim terrorists and and Hamas, and just it's a very sobering and unvarnished look. There's a lot of excuses made for these people, and nobody should be excusing them because what they do is heinous, is vile, and
Otherwise lousy.
oh man, and
Horrifying.
it's really a good movie, really.
Very
good movie.
interesting.
And we need to support Dinesh D'Souza because he's a wonderful guy, and he's done a lot of really good
And
movies.
he's got a lot of tough work to do.
He
And we
does.
also need to support the Sawmill Theaters. We need to get back out there and get
Milk
back out and watch
Duds.
movies.
Milk Duds.
You're still doing a little bit of social distancing stuff there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No, definitely, yeah. Yeah, we're still at 50% capacity.
Well, we can't
We've
hug you.
got every other road blocked off.
So you don't have to worry about getting cooties unless it's from the
Yeah.
My
person you go to the movie
homies,
with.
my homies.
So get on out. Check out sawmilltheaters.com too to find out what's playing and when it's playing, as always. And again, the patriotic film that is playing on tomorrow morning at what time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. And that movie is
The Patriot.
The Patriot.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
patriotic movie called
Yeah.
The Patriot,
Yeah.
and it's about the American Revolution.
Yes.
Spectacular,
Mel
big
Gibson.
screen movie.
Yes.
And the Rim Country Republican Club is paying your admission.
So it's free.
So come on in, see
And
the
buy
movie,
snacks.
and buy some
And
milk
speaking
duds.
of Mel Gibson, you got Braveheart coming soon,
Mm,
maybe.
yeah.
Probably, yes, yes. We've got,
Oh, that was so sad. Speaking of romantic comedies, when his girlfriend was so pretty, and the bad guy cut her throat, that was really icky.
well, you know what, if you
Spoiler
look at,
day.
you know, Braveheart and, I saw Braveheart, Gladiator,
Yeah.
and Dances with Wolves all kind of had that same
Oh, they're
theme
very.
to them, that same, I
Very
mean, in Gladiator and
tragic.
Braveheart, you know, definitely, you know, with the
You know,
the girlfriend dying and,
Yeah.
and then kind of a tale of retribution.
We've got less
Yes.
than 60 seconds left, but, you know, when it comes to oh gosh, what the movie you just mentioned that just came in and out of my head?
Braveheart.
No, no.
Gladiator.
What's that?
Gladiator.
Gladiator?
No, the one set in the Civil War.
The Patriot?
No, the Civil War.
Civil War.
That was
Long
that was
before.
not so similar.
Similar.
No, Dances with Wolves.
Oh, Dances with Wolves, yes.
Yeah,
Dances
yeah,
with
yeah.
Wolves, I think, was one of the best, really slow-moving movies I've
Yes.
ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it is painstakingly slow at times, but I loved every bit of it.
Almost as slow moving as Barry Lyndon by Stanley Kubrick, which
Wow.
is nobody has seen probably except me, but I love it.
And no one's seen the end of it yet.
Yes, really.
Anyway, thanks to our hometown movie guys for being with us. Thank you for joining us on
Yay.
Facebook.
Thank
And we'll be
you.
back at it again with you next Friday, right here on K-Room. So
Yes.
check it out. And again, thanks to Devon Marcus, who was the correct answer to our question. Make sure you come by the K-Room studios and
Congratulations.
pick up
Yay,
your
rock.
your free movie tickets.
Woo!